Well, welcome everybody to the Bar TV Sports coverage of the 2017 Rams NHRU competition. It is the feature match here between Merewether Carlton, who are at home at Townsend Oval, against Southern Beaches, who are high flying at the moment and have won 3 on the trot to consolidate third position. Merewether Carlton, they're the side that have to win to stay alive in the competition this year. With us today, we have the doyen of Townsend Oval, Dan Garner. How are you, Dan?
Good, thanks, Gareth. How are you?
Very well, thank you. It's freezing here today, actually.
Yeah, we've got about a 30-knot southerly blowing from right to left on the field today. So I think that'll be a big factor in what goes on.
Wind chill factor of 5 degrees, I believe it is.
Yeah, I just had to run over to the green room to grab a jacket. I was freezing.
Well, it certainly is. It's a big day here today at Townsend Oval. Of course, always celebrating something here at the home of the Greens. And Southern Beaches, well, they've been in very good form lately, Dan.
Yeah, well, they've knocked off Wanderers and Hamilton the last couple of weeks. As you said when we were off air, Gareth, they can't finish any worse than third. But the Greens have got a lot to play for today. It's their last home game at the Green Room and at the Townsend Oval, and they're also playing for a spot in the finals.
And Vartaliva, he comes back into the starting side this week. Played very good off the bench last week. Had that couple of weeks off due to the head concussion rule. He got the blue card. So he's back in the side and he adds a lot to this pack who keep going forward.
Yeah, I think whether he's there or whether he's not, he's a leader in the club. Var, he's always tough. He's up front. He makes them a lot of metres, and if they go deep into the finals, I think he's going to have to fire for them because although they beat Hamilton and Wanderers, I think come finals time they're different sides as well, and they'll rely on their leaders like Var.
And of course, that forces Tim Poesi up into the front row. He has been playing very well, mind you, at number 8 over the last few weeks. It'll be very interesting up front, the battle, because the Merewether Carlton pack certainly has added a bit of starch, hasn't it, with Uini coming in from down in Melbourne way.
Yeah, well, they're big boys, and that's probably, I think, what they needed. They needed some big bodies up front. They've also got Wendell Wilson, who's been managing an injury for most of the year. He's back as well over the last 6 or 7 weeks. So they've certainly added a bit of size to the pack, and I think maybe that's that might have been the catalyst for their late run, their late success.
Yeah, and certainly Adam Nolan, it's his last ever game here at Townsend Oval, so he'll be very excited about that. Of course, we saw his 100th game here a few weeks back, which he played very well. And Josh Stewart, the captain, he's been one of the form forwards, very good over the ball. He's going to be need to be on his game here today, Dan. Yeah,
I think they're all going to have to be on their game. As we've just said, Southern Beaches, they finished third. Well, they're going to finish third after the end of the regular season. Hamilton Wanderers both finished over them, but they've beaten both those sides in the last 3 weeks. I think the whole side for the Greens is going to have to fire, but like you said, there's plenty of motivation there for them. Home game, and Adam Nolan's last game at Townsend. So it's going to be a huge event here this afternoon in a windy Merewether.
Yeah, pity the hookers out there today, Dan, throwing the ball in. You know yourself, it's not the easiest of tasks, the best of times.
No,
today it's even worse. As you said, it's about 30 knots out here today.
Yeah, I think that if it was me, I'd like to just keep it simple today. It's blowing its guts out, as you can see on the far side, probably in the telecast. The trees are swaying in the wind. So 2-ball might be the call of the day. Don't throw it too long. Just keep it simple. And keep the ball close as well. I think short passing is also going to benefit the team that wins.
Yeah, and it certainly benefits a player like Jay Strawn's game as well with the counter attack. The wind will definitely play a big factor in the kick returns as well.
Yeah, well, I think you're dead right because Strawny doesn't like to pass. So
he's coming up against, I guess, the form fullback as well of the competition over this year in Adrian Delort. It's going to be a very good battle, the battle of the fullbacks, and that could be the deciding factor in this game.
Yeah, well, I think Southern Beaches traditionally have been a forward-oriented side, but they've got all the Delort boys playing. They make up a huge part of their game. They're leaders amongst the team. They've been there for a long time, and yeah. So I think that, but I also think those backs, as you said, the forwards are a huge part up front, but they also need those backs, and the Delors are certainly lead from the front in that department.
Yes, they certainly will. And Lockie Wade, who scored a brilliant try last weekend against Corey Nash. That's another good battle in the back line. Both very good finishers.
Yeah, they're extremely quick. Both players extremely quick. Once they get the ball, they tuck it under the wing, and it's very, very hard to run them down no matter who you are. So I think we may see some points on the edge today.
Interesting as well, the back rows, they're two totally different, I guess, structured sides, where the Merewether Carlton side, a little bit smaller, but more dynamic around the park, where the Southern Beaches side, they've got the big bodies. Maybe that's where Merewether Carlton can get in, consolidate the ball, win a bit of ball back. Yeah,
I think the Greens certainly are a very well balanced side in the back row. You've got Jerome Wilson, who's a great ball runner, excellent ball runner, and you've got Sam Dart, who's a tireless worker around the field, and Josh Stewart, who's an ex-country player. He's been there and done it, and he's excellent in the pilfer.
Yes, and Mitch Gibson, he's moved into the back row there for Southern Beaches, has played a lot of his time here as a centre, and he's certainly relishing in the transition because he's scored a couple of amazing tries, good breakaway tries over the last couple of weeks, running those breakaway lines.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the reason for it, but either they've got great stocks in the centres, or perhaps Mitch has lost a yard of pace. I'm not sure, but like you said, he's performing there. So good on him, and hope it makes for a good battle today.
It certainly will. And throughout the other grades, Merewether Carlton have been successful. Third grade coming out winners 31-10, and in the second grade, which we just saw the end of there, 50 points to 12. Of course, the match today brought to you by Mascot. Getting online and see mascot.co to commercialise and communicate with your grassroots sports. Great app. We use it here at Bar TV Sports. Keeps us well informed and well communicated and well connected, which I know you are very well connected around these parts. Dan Garner, as we see Avar Taliva leading his side out. They're a big pack, aren't they, this Southern Beaches side?
Yep, like I said, their strength is traditionally has always been up front, and I don't think today's going to be any different. There's some big units, and they'll be able to cart the ball well, and so the Greens have got to get up in their face and put them on the deck early. Special
shout out to the Southern Beaches #1 armchair fan, Taurus Daiku, who's sitting at home out there on Caves Beach, enjoying the footage on his big screen TV. Probably eating a bit of salami while he's on the couch there.
Yeah.
And here come the Merewether Carlton side, as it's quite windy here. Dan Garner losing his beverages and almost electrocuting us up here in the Bar TV Sports commentary box. Josh Stewart leading the side out, and you can see the Merewether Carlton side happy and content to let this Southern Beaches side wait on halfway. With the old boys, the producers behind us, playing some lovely old hits of the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I think it adds a great atmosphere to the game, doesn't it, Gareth? Certainly in those quiet moments, there's a bit of an intermission.
So both these sides, plenty to play for. Southern Beaches, they'll want to keep winning, and speaking to Johan Lurens before the game, their mantra is to get better each week, and they certainly have done that throughout the course of this season. And you can see how windy it is there on our camera deck, with the camera shaking around here at Townsend Oval. So it'll be Southern Beaches to kick off, running left to right on our screens at home. Merewether Carlton, of course, the side in green, playing at home at Townsend Oval. Running away from the green room, it'll be Adrian Delord to kick off, and he goes deep, and that ball will hold up in that breeze, and that is an awful attempt there by Adam Nolan to start the game, Dan.
Yeah, well,
he clutched at it, he grabbed at it, and he went nowhere near it.
I think kickoffs are a difficult part of the game at the moment for a lot of teams, and certainly on a windy day, it's not clear where the ball's going to land. So, yeah, it's not an ideal start, but but I think the wind played its part in that one.
Well, the Merewether Carlton side, they'll certainly see where their pack is at right now. As we saw last week, it was a very good tussle between Hamilton and Southern Beaches at scrum time. We've got the entire Southern Beaches backline aligned out to the left. There's not a bad little short side there if they put a move on. Looks like VAR picks it up from the back and they go out to Michael Delore, who goes to Powder, and Powder gets a nice little run up there, but he's turned the ball over. So they'll need a good exit here as big Jerome Wilson takes them forward.
That's what he's there for, just to relieve those backs to kick before they kick the ball.
Very slow there by Clifton coming out of the back of that breakdown. You'll have to watch that because they'll need quick ball on a day like this, Dan.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's like we said before the game, the Southern Beaches are a very forward-oriented side, and part of that forward orientation is to spoil the ball at the halfback's feet. So I suppose that's what they played for there.
So it'll be a Merewether Carlton feed here, their first feed of the game. The scrum went sideways just before, so both sides are really up for this fight. In the front row, as we see Strawn lined out to the left. Clifton has to go digging for it, and it's been penalised, and there, so in front of the sticks with a very strong headwind. What do you think they do here, Dan?
Well, I think early in the game, I think they're probably... Oh, well, there you go. They're going to take the scrum. It looks like they think they've got a dominant scrum. I'm not really sure about that penalty, but certainly on that left-hand side, it looks like Southern Beaches look going for the wheel on the opposition's ball.
Yeah, Jacob Penfold starting in at prop forward here. I don't know too much about him, Dan. I haven't seen him play too much, but he's
very solid footballer. He played his juniors in the front row. He won't let anyone down. He'll do his best. So I know he's played a lot of hooker, but he's also played a lot of front row in the juniors.
So Southern Beaches, the scrum, Adrian Delore, he's aligned to the right. His brother Michael to the left, and they come around to Michael Delore, and they go to Powder again with another short ball. So using him as more of a battering ram here today. He's very good on his feet. The ball comes out as Martin Delore has to deliver it to Poisi, and not coming up with a hit there. Line him up, and here's Alafalongo. And that's going to be a penalty to Merewether Carlton. So a bit of a let-off there for the Greens.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear what Southern Beaches' intentions are, and that's to throw big bodies at the gain line. They did that there, and like you said, they're throwing that inside centre. He's run the ball twice now, made great metres, and on a very hard straight line. So forwards and backs alike, both trying to test the Greens' front up defence, first up defence.
Yeah, nice kick there by Fraser Price, getting up to the 40, and that's a good exit there. So we saw Merewether Carlton with the ball the other week. Very good control possession. Oh, that is not what they needed. So Poisi comes up with it. Lost the ball in the end.
There's a lot of turnovers early.
So here's Strawn. What's he going to do? He's going to put it on his toe. And he's going to look for the touch line where Adrian Delore, he's there. He's going to take them on. Here's Delore. He's a little bit isolated. Now the ball comes out as they look to spread early. Here's Varka. Varka playing on the wing, trying to use his electric footwork there midfield. And here's Gibson. Gibson finding a bit of space. The Merewether Carlton defensive line is a little bit unstructured at the moment, Dan.
Yeah, well, I think they've just got to get themselves set a bit earlier, get up off the line to cut down these big bodies coming at them.
They're playing a little wider now in midfield. We saw on their own line they were playing tight as Alafalongo takes it forward. There's a nice little bit of space there for Gibson on the short side as he's gone towards the touchline there.
Southern Beach is just happy to grind it out. I think that's probably about 5 or 6 phases now. So they're just happy to grind it out.
Solafuti, of course, playing professionally over in France. And now Michael Delors feeds him out wide, looks for Varka, and Varka is driven backwards this time. The no-look pass there, Dala Falongo, and manages to come up with it. He's hard to put down, but he's lost the ball. Nice.
Yeah.
He's stolen there by Stewart, so now there's space. And they look wide and can't quite get there. And this time the ball spilled over by the Greens again. So both sides struggling to find some composure here at the moment as Michael Delors finds a bit of space. He offloads the ball and they go to ground, Southern Beaches in the end. That's going to be called. Oh, I thought there was a knock on there, but Tonks is knocked back and Nash comes up with the ball. They go short side, inside ball to Nolan. Nolan drives towards that try line. Merewether Carlton now, first time really here to attack. As Stewart goes in and cleans out nicely. Price looking for Strawn. Strawn finds a bit of space and can't get through. He's taken nicely by Moss. They look to go that way. Oh, Gibson going for the intercept and just couldn't come up with it there, Dan.
Yeah, Green's on the attack there. It looked pretty enterprising. They were chancing their arm. But I think you can probably put it down to their defence on the halfway with Southern Beaches last, I suppose, set with the ball. After making a few metres in the early phases, the Greens sort of hardened up a bit and they struggled to go forward after about 5 or 6 phases and ended up with a turnover to Josh Stewart. And so fruits for their labour in the defence.
So it will be a Merewether Carlton scrum. They have to get it right this time. As we said before, Penfold really getting pressured here. That wind has certainly picked up, and you can see in the distance we're expecting a bit of rain here this afternoon as well. Looks like it's coming over.
Yeah, it's going to be fun and games at Towns in the Sabo. Bring your snow jacket.
Of course, this is the penultimate round of the NHRU. One more round, then semi-finals next week. It's a great time of year, Dan.
Oh, yeah, September's the best time of year for footy.
So the two packs just taking their time here to get themselves together. Only 8 minutes down so far. And they're driven off the ball again, and Clifton can't come up with it. And that time, the penalty goes Merewether Carlton's way. Stewart goes towards the line. Stewart, can he get there? He's very strong. So Clifton calling his plays around. Here's Turner. Turner. Very close. Price. Clifton goes for a little dart himself. Price calling for it. This time, are they over the Greens? Yes, they are. That's the first try of the match. And it goes to the big man, Weenie.
Yeah, well structured forward play there. You had Josh Stewart running the ball and Cameron Turner, and then it ended up with just, I think, a short pick and go to score the try. But it
wasn't pretty to watch, but it certainly was effective.
Got the job done. It got the job done. I wasn't sure about that scrum penalty. I thought that Southern Beaches have been slightly more dominant in the scrum, but I suppose you've got to take them when you get them, and the Greens certainly did that, so well done.
So Basikalupo will be the kicker here today. It's a tough task for all involved out there.
I think this will show for the viewers at home exactly what the wind's doing, this one.
Well, he's got the wind coming across now. It's shifted directions.
Bit of a festival here in the stands.
Yeah, apparently it's Margarita Day behind us here at Townsend Oval. So here's Basikalupo. Comes through on the ball. Oh, and he's hooked that. That was an ugly looking kick, and it's an ugly day for rugby.
I think on a still day that was straight over the black dot.
Yeah, you certainly saw the wind take it across, didn't you? And if you have a look at our corner flags down the bottom of your screen, look at them blowing over.
Yeah.
And that is how fierce the wind is here today.
The old 45-degree angle.
So Adrian Delore with the restart goes deep, and again the ball holds up, and Clifton this time calls the ball and takes it. Danavaro.
Yeah, it was a great return by Kieran
There's
Danavaro. Bit of a scuffle there.
Niggle out there with Gibson and Nolan. Gibson.
Oi!
Oh, Adrian Delore, uncharacteristic, and that's going to bounce over his head.
There's
had a bit of mustard on it.
Yeah, it's going to go dead. Be interested to see if he did touch that before it went dead, though.
Yeah, we may get a replay on that because they're going to bring it all the way back. But Drew Tonks isn't of the opinion that anyone touched it, so that's going to come all the way back, and that's unfortunate there for Merewether Carlton.
That's a huge turnaround there.
Well, it's an 80-metre kick for starters.
Absolutely. It's an 80-metre kick, so Southern Beach is now attacking in the green, I suppose, 20, almost to 20, 22.
Well, we saw the other week, because of the rugby league markings, Strawn took it to the white line and kicked it to himself, but it didn't go over the 22. So we are playing off the black markings out here today.
That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
So again, the two packs taking a bit of time to get themselves adjusted.
Yeah, it seems like an eternity to pack this scrum.
Drew Tonks, probably one of the best, if not the best official at the moment going round. Of course, Jarrett Logan injured at the moment. We had him in the commentary last week. Lockie Wade calling for it, but they go to Michael Delore. He goes behind to Adrian Delore, and Adrian Delore finds some space. Goes to ground, and here comes Southern Beaches. They'll look to play one out here. And they go to their captain there in VAR. Here's Mika.
Good defence there at the Greens, by the Greens so far.
Here's Poisi. Poisi finds a bit of space, offloads the ball. Little ball over the top. It's going to be hard to stop on the far side now.
Yeah, they look very threatening here, Southern Beaches.
The Greens, they're on their line. Here's Poisi. He's high. He's over.
Whew.
Yeah, that's a try.
Yeah.
Poisi hit, spun, turned out of it, and a good solo try in the end.
Yeah, they were making meters every phase there, Southern Beaches, and it was only a matter of time until they got over the line, I think, and Poisi had 2 or 3 runs in that set.
Yeah, we see here VAR almost going over himself, dropping the shoulder. There he is. He just spins out of the tackle and gets over the line.
Okay.
It was close.
Yeah, I think the wind suits the Southern Beaches game. They play, tight, one pass off the ruck, big bodies, and that's exactly what got them that try.
Also, it's not a try. It's been brought back.
Okay, well, it shows how much me and you know, Gareth.
I didn't actually see what went on there. I was looking at the replay, so that one's been called back.
No deal.
And that comes off the back. Sam Dark clutches for it. Here's Price. Goes to big Jerome Wilson. And Jerome Wilson.
Great meters.
Yeah, he slips through the defensive line then. And Clifton again. He's being pressured as Dart pushes the pass forward. Hawes now gets them up towards the halfway line. Not a known ball runner, Hawes, but gets around the park pretty well. And that's a terrible pass there from the back of the breakdown.
Yeah, it's been a bit untidy at the back of the breakdown. That's 2 or 3 phases in a row.
Yeah, Clifton's really getting pressured, isn't he?
Yeah, and like I said, Southern Beaches, they love to spoil that second clean out when the halfback's got his hands on the ball. I think the wind played its part in that knock on, but Southern Beaches, that second wave of defensive clean out is working for them.
So 5-0 to Merewether Carlton. Try disallowed just before.
Do we work out that what was for?
He must have.
knocked it on.
Ran behind the man, maybe it was an obstruction penalty.
Okay. Play on.
You can see a bit of chatter out there between the two halfbacks as well. And now Michael Delore takes on the line, inside ball to Moss, and Moss runs a very good angled run over the 40. They get quick ball. Here comes Vartaleva, and that's another good run by the captain. They're on a roll here, the Beaches. Alafalongo, he's stopped in his track. Nice tackle there.
Good turnover.
And yeah, nice turnover in the end. And again, pressure on Clifton as Delore takes him on, and Powter, second effort there to take him down. So there's an opportunity there for the Greens to get the ball back, and here's Mika. Mika has dropped the ball, so the ball handling by Beaches is really what's letting them down at the moment, Dan.
Yeah, well, there was a bit of poor ball handling from both sides, Gareth. There was a Jacob Penfold made a great turnover there, but unfortunately they handed the ball back to Beaches, and then Beaches have handed the ball back to the Greens. So within the space of about 20 seconds, there's been 3 changes in possession. Geez, it's slow at scrum time.
Yeah, isn't it? It's really soaking it up here. And put up with Tonks. Not happy with something. VAR is doing up his shoes. But having a chat to both front rows here is the referee. Now, the two packs will come together. This time Michael Delore. He's on the short side. Lockie Wade standing fairly deep. Marking up against Strawn.
Wouldn't mind betting Strawn will have a go at him here.
Well, they've got to get the ball out, don't they? First, that's the key here.
Yeah, Southern Beaches are certainly putting pressure on the green scrum at the moment. Definitely on that far side.
Yeah, the Greens, they really have to, I guess, weather the Beaches storm. The props out there, not 80-minute players. Whereas the Merewether Carlton pack, probably a little bit fitter, can run it out. So the ball comes in and the ball comes out. That's a better scrum for the Carlton side as Price throws the dummy, runs himself, but it was just across field and he's going to have to watch it there. He's isolated and the ball looks like it's been turned over by Powter. And VAR passes the ball to Gibson. Gibson taken down. The Beaches, they've been threatening. Here's Alafalongo. Oh, nice little bit of footwork there by the big man.
Making murders at will, Southern Beaches.
Yeah, it's easy for them at the moment, isn't it?
There's good defence there by the Greens.
So here's Michael Delore looking for Adrian on the inside, but he'll run it himself. Coming over the top there was Smith. Nice tackle by the inside centre. And Martin Delore looking to play the ball on quickly there. And this could be a turnover to the Carlton side. Nice breakdown work, and Clifton getting a box kick away. And there's nobody at home. They're going to have to chase, though, the Merewether Carlton side. It's a decent chase. Varka's very good.
That might be out on the full. No.
Coming across nicely there was Basigalupo. And
great effort to beat that tackle.
yeah, showed some keen footwork there. Stewart now. He'll take them forward.
That's good meters too by the Greens.
Yeah, nice work by the captain. And here's Wilson. Wilson, you know, he's going to try and break the line there. He's very high in the tackle and he's driven back by Gibson. Here's Dart. Dart takes them forward as well. Plays above his weight to Sam Dart.
Absolutely, he's as tough as nails.
A nice little chip and chase there by Strawn. It'll go over the touchline, but it's smart footy there.
Smart footy by Strawn. He's played a lot of his career at halfback, and I think that little box kick has just let the Greens off. And now Southern Beaches have got to play out of their end. I think that's probably going to be what the Greens are going to have to do, because Southern Beaches grinded out, and yeah, so
the Carlton side win that line out as Price goes in behind, finds Stewart. Stewart finds a hole, has a bit of space, and Stewart will go round, and Stewart will score. Nice line there, wasn't it, by Stewart? The ball was held up beautifully.
Good luck stopping that steam train.
The raging bull. As we look at the replay here, and yeah, the Southern Beaches just weren't aware to Stewart coming around there, and Adrian Delore, he's normally a pretty good defender from fullback there. He just got nowhere near him.
He just wound up the ball, and off he went. Someone was waving a red flag behind that try line.
Was it you that nicknamed him the Raging Bull?
Cannot take credit, but I was there when it happened.
Basagalupo. Easier attempt this time, right in front of the sticks. And the flags go up. So the score goes 12-0 in favour of Merewether Carlton. It all comes from that play by Strawn, I guess.
Yeah, off that box kick, let him off. They won the line out, and then Josh Stewart, you were never going to stop him. I think Southern Beaches will be a little bit disappointed with this scoreline, because they've had a lot of football. They've been down the Greens end a lot, and yet the Greens are up 12-0.
So Adrian Delore with the restart again. It's another high searching kick. It's De Navarro.
Great take by De Navarro.
Yeah, he was there, Clifton, with no options, and he's absolutely belted. We saw Southern Beaches last week, their defensive effort against the Hawks. They belted them out of the game, and they haven't brought that game with them, it seems, here today, Dan.
It's only early days.
Mistake.
Yeah, it's only early days, Gareth. I've certainly worn some bumps and bruises at the hands of these fellas.
This time the scrum looking like it's on the hurry up. So great attacking position here for the Southern Beaches side as they go short side. Lockie Wade is unmarked on the outside, but Martin Delore will go all the way.
Well, I think that's the advantage of having such a big halfback. He can, your 8 can give it to the 9, and he can beat men, he can run over men, and he can run around them because he's quite quick as well. So
there was nothing flash here again either, was it? But just created the space with VAR picking off the back of the scrum.
And I think when VAR picks it up off the back of the scrum, that probably draws the back row of the Greens. And if he can get the ball away, probably left the halfback a little bit unmarked by the back rowers.
Yeah, certainly did. And the angle here by Delore, it's a strange one. He's only taken it about 12 metres out here, kicking into this atrocious breeze. He hits it, it comes across, and it's waved away across the face of the goal. It's a weird angle to take it, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they're short upright, so I've got no idea where that went. It looks to me like Southern Beaches don't think that goal kicking is going to win them the game. I think their tries are going to win the game.
Nice kick there by Fry. Price. Dart comes across onto it.
Great chase by Sam Dart. Unlucky.
So 12-5 is the scoreline here. 25 minutes gone. Dummy by Michael Delore. Couldn't offload the pass there. Powder was looming up there. Gibson takes it forward. He's been busy today, Gibson. Short ball. Alafalongo tries to spin around and get a ball away, but he's going to take 4 or 5 with him, and he turns the ball over. So here comes Strawn. What can he do? He takes them on, and that's a big hit there. Vata Lever. Don't know if he got his arms in that one, Dan.
Yeah, not sure. I just thought it was a big hit.
Nice little kick in behind for Nash, and Nash puts pressure on Delore, and Delore watches it go over.
Yeah, that's smart footy from the Greens, using the wind to their advantage. I think they've got to kick down that end. It's worked for them once before when Josh Stewart scored his try. And I think they've just got to keep pegging Southern Beaches back into their corner.
It's a smart move there, straight to the front to Puisi, consolidating the ball. Here's Alafalongo, and the Beaches looking to come out of their 22. Here's Pouter. Pouter in the pink headgear. Always seems to beat a couple, and he does so again.
He's beaten 4 or 5 there.
And here he is again, Alafalongo. He's lifted his work rate, but he's lost the ball again. Here's Uini. Gets through a couple.
Great run.
Good quick ball there. Wilson on the short side, and he's driven towards the sideline there. The Greens go this time to Dart. Dart, one of the go-to men. Here's Uini. Now Clifton looking for Price. Price has runners in motion. He goes for the grubbing kick in behind. There were runners everywhere.
They've got the ball back.
It's Smith almost breaking the line. Clifton needs to get the ball out quick.
Whoa.
Basagalupo goes back towards the sticks. And holding on to the ball, so they've lost it there, the Greens. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they did. They look great.
Well, the quick one's taken there. Varka tries to get around Nash, and he does so. But Nash somehow can't gather him up, and here goes Varka. Nice run there. Well read by Delore as well to take the quick tap. And here's Var. Trying to get a ball away, get the second phase going. And this time it's a penalty to the Greens.
Well, you've got to give it to the Greens. Their defence has been outstanding. After weathering 5 or 6 or 10 phases on a number of occasions, they've been able to get a turnover or a penalty. So they're certainly doing the right thing in defence.
Well, it's been a highlight of their game over the last few weeks, where they've gone on this run and got themselves into a position where they will make the semi-finals if they're successful here today. They were languishing second last for most of the season, with a couple of good wins. 4 or 5 in a row now.
Yeah, they've got their tails up. They're playing very well. Certainly challenging teams and beating teams. So,
as is Southern Beaches, knocking off the 2 top sides in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, both teams have had a lot of success over the last few weeks. Someone's pumping the footy up.
As the ball comes out now, the ball boys certainly won't earn their pies today, Dan.
Not those Greens ball boys. They do a great job.
It's a nice flat throw to Turner, and Price attacks the line again, and Wilson getting the ball on the advantage line, and it's a flat ball. He's turned the ball over. And now they've come up with it again. Fraser Price somehow. The ball landed in his hands. Now Clifton takes a darting run. And that ball drifts forward. That was a move that almost paid off for the Greens there.
Yeah, well, the talent of the Greens, they're looking very, very dangerous. It's not coming off for them quite at the moment, but they certainly look dangerous when they get into Southern Beaches' red zone.
If you could see us at home up here in the Bar TV commentary position, we're freezing.
We look like a couple of emperor penguins.
Hug me, please, Dan. Ball comes off the back. Michael Delore kicks the ball, stabs the ball downfield, and the ball's out on the full. They were inside the 22.
I thought he might have been outside then, but...
Yeah, going off the black line, he was just in.
That was a better scrum then from the Greens. They held the Southern Beaches shove and even gave a bit of their own.
Yeah, coming towards the last 10 minutes. What is in the last 10 minutes of this half? Oh, that throw. Not straight. Martin Delore comes up with it and trucks the ball forward. As they pick and drive now. Watini. Yeah, nice run here. Solafudi. And that's going to be a penalty. Quick tap taken, Martin Delore trying to hurry things up. Michael Delore almost getting through. Finds Adrian. This time it's Moss on the far side. He was looking for Varka, but Varka wasn't there. No look pass to Gibson. Gibson rolls out and he still keeps going. Does Gibson. Martin Delore looking for runners here. Could be dangerous. Poisi goes towards the line. Adrian Delore with a flat pass to Mika Mika. Again, the Greens, they realign, they adjust. Alafalongo goes forward, but again, no one getting under him.
Excellent defence so far by the Greens.
Oh, they go through the other side, though, and that is close. That is a try. Just no awareness there, and Michael Delore picks up from the back of the breakdown and goes under the sticks.
Yeah, well, I put the mocker on them there. They looked really good in defence there for probably 5 or 6 phases, and I suppose the pressure just created a hole and it went straight through.
For all our viewers out there, it was a fine race by Winks, I'm told, out there at Randwick today. Missed the start. Last by 4 lengths and came home to win by a head.
Really?
If you watched Pony Boys this morning, you would have got the little Quinella there, office. And that kick is successful. 12 apiece. Stabbing kick again.
Oi.
Oh, and Stone normally.
Well, I thought that
safe. That was.
Yeah, I thought that was a knock on for sure.
That's as much of a knock on as you'll get.
Yeah.
Here's Stone. He's dropped the ball again anyway.
Yeah.
So now the Greens have the ball back as they drive forward. And
great run by Jacob Penfold to put him back on the front foot.
Here's Wilson. Jerome Wilson gets through the other side and offloads the ball to Turner.
Always gets those arms free, Jerome.
Picks and drives this time, getting busy, getting involved. Var going over the top. He ducked under it. Inside ball. Dart. Again gets through the other side. Clifton. Penfold goes back towards his forward pack. Nice run, picking and driving there. And now looks like they've lost the ball. Yeah, they have. Watini gets them on the front foot now. With a nice little steal there. Varka, he's very hard to put down on that wing. He's proving a handful, isn't he, Dan?
Yeah, well, he's beaten for 2 or 3 players every time he gets the ball.
That's another turnover to the Greens. So the match seesawing at the moment. It's 12 apiece. Wilson pops a nice ball.
They've got a second chance here, the Greens. Let's hope they can hold on to the ball because they look threatening with it.
Oh, Dart with a nice popping pass out the back. And Basigalupo, he's a little bit isolated there. And Clifton is digging for the ball, but he's lost the ball again. They're in front of the sticks. You'd probably take the points here, Dan.
Yeah, not long left on the clock here, and I think after leading 12-0, it's now 12-all. I think every point is precious, and the Greens should probably take the points that are on offer.
And the tea is coming out. Wouldn't mind a tea myself to warm me up, Dan.
Yeah, a cup of tea, yeah. They looked good then with the ball in the hand, didn't they, the Greens? So a couple of opportunities. They just fell over at the last hurdle, but they look really good when they've got the ball.
Yeah, well, both sides, when they've got the ball, are tracking pretty well. Defensively, there's been a few missed tackles out there. And that one goes wide.
A windy, windy day. It's played its part.
Well, he really didn't adjust from the previous attempt he had. His first kick was a similar position.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment. I've never been a goal kicker, so...
That one shakes down the field, and here comes Strawn. Bumps one off. Nice run by Strawn. Still going Strawn. Pops it up. The player he ran over is in a bit of trouble out there. It looks like it's Michael Delore, is it? And Strawn was just dumped on his back there as well himself. As we look at it here, we slow it down, and yeah, Michael Delore it was. Just bumped him off, got his head in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I think it was a head. It'll be a head knock. I'd say to get a blue card here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they will miss Michael Delore because he's instrumental.
Yeah, the Delore spine. I just hope he's okay.
We'll probably see Adrian Delore move into the 10, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he got
in
no
attack.
Idea. Yeah, okay.
He'll probably still defend there at fullback, I'd say.
I think if we see a few more runs like that from Strawn, it'll be a very, very different game. He's probably only run the ball 2 or 3 times this half. And I think we just saw what he's capable of, beating, bumping.
Well, he's up, which is a good sign. But we will see some time added on now. So it is Margarita Saturday here at the Townsend Oval. The Clark stand is pumping.
These celebrations continue.
Yeah, so he's got the blue card.
That's a real shame for Southern Beaches. He's a huge part of their back line. They'll have to reshuffle now. You'll know more about who goes where, Gareth, but...
Yeah, so it does look like Adrian Delore has shifted into the centres.
I think
Adrian's to fly half, sorry.
Yeah.
And
Adrian's standing at 10, and I think they've brought a fullback on.
yeah, certainly have. And we'll get some more details on that at half time. Oh, that's a terrible ball for Clifton to have to pick up. They had the big advantage there, the Greens. So Wilson's at the back. He'll pick and drive. He'll go himself. The little show and go at the back. Nice little run. And they go again. The Greens look dangerous when they pick and drive and hold the possession. We saw them the other week. Score a couple of good tries. Just holding the ball, keeping their composure. Oh, Stewart there had to grasp for it as the wind almost took it. Inside ball, Penfold, folded in half.
Big contact, but he stayed strong.
So Smith with the inside ball and Strawn is put to ground. And that's a penalty. Strawn was very lucky there because he probably should have let that one go. Powter was all over the ball.
Yeah, I thought there was some great counter-rucking there from Southern Beaches, probably the last 2 or 3 phases.
Well, when he slows down, the Powter, I'm sure he'd make a an excellent breakaway because he gets a few steals each game. So Turner gets the ball flat. Clifton again under pressure, and Smith getting a forward pass there.
Not sure what this is. Is this multiple infringements?
Yeah, might see someone come to the bin here. As Tonks having the chat.
Might just be laying down the law. Oop, going to the pocket.
Yeah, yellow card in repeated infringements. I'd say that's what that's for. He's getting a little too eager there, is Powter. Look at the replay here. Here he is out here. Shoulder charge.
Okay.
I thought the one up here, which VAR did, was probably worse than that. But in any case, Powter, 10 in the bin.
With him and Delore on the sideline, you'd think the Greens will target the backs.
Wilson. They're struggling to put him down at the moment. Wilson, they attack the line and they've stolen the ball. Here's Varka. Varka on Nash. He's had the better of Nash most of the game and does it again as Price comes across in cover. And goes out in the end. Swatini with a little grubbing kick in behind. We will see probably another 2 minutes or so of injury time here. And I will be going right out into the middle of this pitch and soaking up some sun, I think.
Freezing. I think we're going to go for a run around the block.
That's a
warm up.
I don't know about running, but haven't done that for a few years.
Power walk.
Oh, nice in the air, Turner. Price, he's flat. Inside ball, Strawn really looking to get himself into this game now. And you see the dust come up from the cricket pitch. And Dart, he's held up in the tackle, but he shows some good strength there, Dart. And that ball goes behind to nobody, and Smith's forced to get onto it, and he does a decent job in the end, but the Beaches, they're counter-rucking. Wilson picks up, and they looked a little bit offside on this short side, the Southern Beaches. Penfold. Here's Price. Price getting a kick in behind, ricocheting off a player, bouncing up for Strawn. He's tackled on the 22. Couple of players offside there by the Beaches. Poisi just getting himself in the way. Clifton again. Finding Dart. Can the Greens score before half-time? Here's Stewart. Stewart straightens his run, bunts a couple off. Wilson has to grasp for it. You can see the long balls really getting affected by the wind. So turnover. The Greens lose an opportunity, Dan.
Yeah.
Adrian Delore finds the touchline, and that will be half-time, Dan.
Yeah,
what'd you make of it?
Well, it was like you said, it was a seesawing half of football. There was a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers, but also some very good footy from both sides, both in attack and defence. So I think probably 12-all does it justice at the moment. It is a bit of an arm wrestle, but both sides pretty even.
Very good, and that's half-time for the Rams 2017. Matching around here for the NHRU. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time with all your second half action. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Bar TV Sports coverage of the 2017 Rams NHRU competition. It's a big match here between Merewether Carlton and Southern Beaches, with the scores all locked up here at half-time. It's been somewhat of a scrappy affair here at Townsend Oval as the two sides now get ready for the second half. Merewether Carlton running into the breeze, but running towards the green room, which they always favour here at Townsend Oval. And with me right now, coming up the stairs, casually, Dan Garner. Dan, running into the breeze, Merewether Carlton this time, but running to the green room.
Oh, yeah.
Cancels itself out.
They'll grow an extra leg, run into the green room. Especially with the development on the way, it might be one of the last times they do it.
Yeah, the development, of course, will be in this Clark stand here. And that comes across, and Moss flips the ball inside to Gibson, and Gibson takes them forward. They're a man down, Southern Beaches, with Powter probably another 8 or so minutes in the bin. Can confirm that Andrew Delore is the player that came on the far side. And that goes over the touchline.
Wow, what a kick.
That is a very good kick, isn't it?
What a kick. That was a 70 or 80 metre benefit for that one. So Green's right out of their 5 metre now. Great start by Southern Beaches.
Yeah.
Very enterprising. Flick passes and 80 metre kicks.
So this is going to be a tough one here for Merewether Carlton. And as we look at the replay there, he nudged it nicely, didn't it? Strawn watched it bounce over his head, and a bit too casual there maybe.
Yeah, he's vertically challenged, Jay, so he probably couldn't reach it.
Oh, over the top, and Beaches come up with it. Here's Mika. Driven back. The Carlton side, they have to lift here on their own line as Puisi takes them forward. Short ball to Delore. Try. So not the start Merewether Carlton wanted, but Southern Beaches, on the other hand, they've come out firing, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. Every bounce of the ball went their way for the first minute or so, and they've got a try that they had to work the whole half for last half, but they've got it straight away.
(17-12) now the score, with a very tough kick from the sideline. Adrian Delore will take over the kicking duties.
He's changed tack. Oh, hang on. Now he's going in closer.
Well, he was kicking into the wind before. He took the first attempt 12 metres out. That time he was going.
He was nearly going to take it from halfway, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's kicking it in the lap of the northeast corner here.
And that one just didn't get picked up at all by the breeze. So no one can get it right here today at Townsend Oval.
The Townsend doctor just laid off for a second there.
So kickoff was a quick restart there. Mitch Gibson again takes them forward. Adrian Delore this time getting plenty of touches early on, driving for that corner again and again. Looking like he really wants to run Strawn around to nullify his attacking game here.
I think they're just using that wind to their advantage. They've kicked out of their end twice already, both times they've had it.
Well, it's what the Carlton side didn't really consolidate on in the first half.
They did. They did a couple of times, and they got benefit for it. But twice already, Southern Beaches have used it to their advantage.
Oh, up he goes, Stone, and almost spoils the ball.
Great line out by the Greens. They've got that back.
Here comes Strawn. Met by VAR. High shot called, and you'll find the way Jay Strawn runs, and they're having a good little bit of chat out there between big man and little man. And that
yeah,
ball.
He gets taken high a lot, Jay, and that's, I think, because he changes direction so quickly that people just throw the old arm out and catch him under the chin.
And you can see Vartalever, he's got a bit to say out there at the moment. Fierce competitor. Oh, and that's a line out lost again. Knock on call both ways.
Very difficult line outs in this wind. Very difficult sitting in a stand in this wind too.
As Powter comes towards the sideline, I would have thought he's probably got 2 or 3 minutes left. He's going to go get himself warm. And again, Tonks getting the scrums right. Be interesting to see how long Puisi and Alafalonga last out there now as Adrian Delore bringing Varka on the inside, and Varka takes him upfield. Strong run again by Varka, and that comes out the side. Sam Dart on the spot to grab it and run forward.
He's always on the spot, Sam Dart. Huge work rate. Him and Cameron Turner both go about their work very quietly, but they get a lot done.
As they pick and drive. Go at the back. Oh, again, that arm was swinging around Bassagalupo, and Eddie Clifton takes the quick tap. Probably the best option with this breeze at the moment. We've seen Southern Beaches take a couple. So here's Hawes. Working solidly again today, and Wilson this time goes through the other side.
Well, I think the Greens are pretty keen to play it out of their end.
Ruini.
Here he goes, away.
Yeah, nice work. Oh, that ball bounces back into Clifton's arms, and that was a big shot by Vartaliva. That's as good as you'll see, Dan.
A huge shot, but he's a tough kid. He's a tough guy, Ed. He plays well above his weight as well.
Yeah, he's a tough little competitor. Come through the Greens juniors, of course, brother of Sam Clifton. And there goes Fraser Price to Smith, and Smith is met by Delore. Oh, that ball's dropped. Bassagalupo had a big look there at Gibson coming through and dropped the ball cold, Dan.
Yeah.
Special shout out there to Rosie James Lees. She's having a big watch of this feature match at home. She was in the studio this morning giving us all the tips. Taught me about alliteration.
Can you teach me now?
So
I'm not sure what this is here.
Well,
Gareth,
it's
looks like Josh Stewart's down.
He's good for a calf massager game, isn't he?
Yeah, well, they're big calves.
Stretches them out.
Big calves. They take a lot of massaging.
I don't know if they're covered by NIB, are they?
They do great work here, the Greens physios.
I guess all the physios throughout all the clubs giving up their time on game day.
Well, he's coming off. He must have done a good job of it.
Yeah, I don't really know what it actually was, but I'm going to go with calf.
Ah, well, if you don't know, you guess, don't you?
The Bull's torn a calf.
Yeah. Well, it's not the first time. He's done it earlier this year, and I think he battled with it all last year too.
Yeah, referee going over to check what it actually is. Doesn't want to give him the blue card. And is this Billy Dunn? The little engine that could.
Yeah, he turned 20.
Happy birthday,
yeah,
Billy.
Turned 25 yesterday, Bill. Celebrated with some Gatorade. this morning.
Some Kool-Aid. Yeah, had a few beers last night, I heard, Billy Dunn, so good to see he gets a start on his birthday. The little engine that could. We love him here on Bar TV Sports. He's a cult hero. And he'll shift straight into hooker. And one thing that has happened with Billy, his lineouts have definitely improved this year.
Yep.
Probably the best thrower in the club, I'd say.
Okay.
Of course, Dan Garner coming a close second. And there's dust kicking up everywhere now. This breeze was turned into a hurricane. Nash turns and chases, and Strawn,
Here he comes.
you can see him running into the breeze, and Varka takes him as Strawn picked up and driven into the ground. Lockie Wade kicks the ball through. And the Beaches defence is lifted here, Dan.
Yeah, well, I think you can see their intention just to scrap at the back of the ruck, counter ruck, trying to make the ball scrappy for the Greens.
Strawn remains down on the ground.
Yeah, it is Strawn.
They go the way of Smith, and Smith, he's been pretty dangerous today, Smith.
Also one of the Southern Beaches guys down too.
Sorry, it was Hawes that was down.
Oh no, they're both back up. They're both okay.
Yeah, Big Ella Falongo, I don't think he'll have too much time left on the field. Normally gets replaced around 55 to 60 minutes.
Jerome Wilson, he always gets the arm free looking for that offload. Didn't get it on that occasion, but he's probably got it 2 or 3 times this game.
Got a replacement out there too. Looks like Clifton's been taken from the field, and going through is Awini. Got one to beat, can't beat him, doesn't have the legs. And this time the ball comes out. Stone.
Wow.
That is a big kick, isn't it, for a box kick bomb? That, you can see the breeze there. The wind has helped that. Well, similarly to what happened in the first half.
Absolutely. He barely kicked that, but yeah, like you said, there was one similar in the first half. Just shows you that ball's just going to run in this game with that wind.
And Powter comes on the field. Yeah, Clifton looks like, as Eddie Clifton left the field, and they brought on Eli McCulloch, is it?
Interesting fact I only learnt today, Gareth, that if you've got a sin bin active at halftime, you can't be involved in the huddle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in 3rd grade today, the Greens had Damien Kelso in the bin, and he wasn't allowed to be part of the huddle.
Well, he's a dirty player, always has been. Of course, if you're listening out there, Aiden, I mean every word I say.
Or Aiden's brother Damien. This is who we're talking about.
Yeah, he's the cleanest player. Worst drunk, but cleanest player. Ball comes in.
Yep, they've got that back to Greens.
Wilson somehow gets it, passes it to Dart.
Good
up
readers.
The field. Now the ball again. Good breakdown work by Beaches, and Var gets it to Varka, who's very quick, and Varka goes up the field. Varka has support, but almost running over Strawn, and Delore gets the ball in behind. Smith comes back to cover. And that's going to be a penalty. Advantage was being played. Offside's the call.
Must have been in front.
Varka, he's such a dangerous player on the wing for this Southern Beaches.
Yeah, well, like we said in the first half, he beats the first 2 or 3 every single time. And it just so happened that after the first 2 or 3 that time, there was open space. He was probably a little bit short of support. But
we went across field looking for Probably Mitch Gibson coming through, but Gibson wasn't there.
Strawn slowed him down just enough to shut it down.
Well, any other player, he's bumped him off and he's not getting up off a shot like that.
Must be very dusty in that middle. They're moving the scrum. Don't trust it underfoot at the moment.
Yeah, that cricket pitch.
Storms earlier in the year really took the grass off the wicket.
Ball comes out. Strawn standing in at first receiver, looking to alleviate some pressure off young Price.
Done well there, Strawny.
Wilson gets the ball away to Hawes, and Hawes gets them up to the 40. Yeah, good ball to Dart. Dart goes forward over the half line. Can't get a ball away. Price stands, delivers. And Smith, he's been solid all game.
They've just got to be patient here, the Greens. They're over halfway.
Good counter-rucking here by Southern Beaches. Somehow Penfold comes up with it though, and he's over the 40. Show and go, and they get through the other side. Stone tries to get his hands on it. Oh, good hit there by Poisi. He's going to call him offside though, is he?
I think it was Cameron Turner, and he might be in a bit of trouble. He's as tough as they come, but that was a huge contact. That was
a massive hit by Poisi. That's how Southern Beaches played all game last week.
I think you've got to give the Greens. I think you've got to give the Greens a bit of a rap in that last last phases, because they held the ball, they didn't turn it over, and they've managed to gain a penalty instead of turning the ball over. So probably a bit of composure might have been the halftime chat.
He's clutching at his shoulder there, Cam Turner. They'll need him to stay out there because he's just one of those players. He adds a bit of height and size to this Greens pack.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, he and Sam Dart, they go about their job very, very quietly, and you don't often notice it, but they do a huge amount of work around the field. Cam's probably had 2 or 3 big runs already today, and clean. He's great at the clean out, great at the ruck, just to clean that ball up for Eddie Clifton or Lachlan Tonks, whoever's playing halfback.
Yeah, Lachlan Tonks in at halfback. A little bit of a misunderstanding there, and everybody stopped. Tonks just says play on.
The music stopped, they didn't know what to do.
So Turner looking all right there. Took that run forward. Losing the ball.
Worth mentioning is a lot of the Greens players have got bark off them from last week. Plenty of, it was very dry out at Lake Macquarie last week, so a few of them nursing some fairly significant grazes.
You never get rid of them, do you, till the next year?
Nah.
One of the worst things you can suffer is a graze. Almost 60 through. Southern Beaches, their players warming up on the bench. Mm. 17-12's the score. Southern Beaches in front on the scoreboard. They've probably been the best side in the second half here as well. Ball comes out to Adrian Delors, standing in a 5'8". Powder comes on the inside. Gibson.
Whoop.
Oh, kicked forward. Dan Alvaro's pulled back though. We know he's quick.
He's lightning. With a bit of space, you will not catch him. He and Corey Nash on both edges. Give him a bit of space, and they're very, very difficult to run down.
Ball just popped up for him as well.
Not sure what happened. It's a bit far away.
There's a knock on. Ball comes out, and Martin Delors spins out of a tackle, finds a bit of space, and Dart gets around his waist, but he offloads to VAR. VAR goes forward. Now they're close to the Beaches side. They go in front.
Oh.
Nice hit and spin, and it's on out wide, and they're going to score. Nice try to Moss. Set up probably by Martin Delors and VAR. Lever with the nice offload.
Yeah, well, they were dominant.
Alive.
They were dominant in the scrum, and that just gave Marty Delors a bit of forward momentum when he picked the ball up, and then VAR after the phase after that. And I think they had to score from there. The Greens were recoiling non-stop after that.
Yeah, solid footy, proving his experience there. And yet Moss just had to fall over the line.
I think that wind's actually picked up in this second half.
What?
If it was 30 before half time, it's 40 now. Knots.
And they haven't awarded that. I thought that looked all right, that kick.
I think in this sort of wind, you just kick it and hope.
So 22-12, 20 minutes to go. Green's not out of it yet, but a big battle for them to get back into the match. That one finding VAR to leave a right on the chest as he winds up. He's lifted.
Great defence by Tommy Smith to bring him down. He really had a head of steam up then, VAR.
Picked up there. Basagalupo. Now here's Alafalongo. He drives forward. Almost getting the ball there was Wilson. Watini's strong in the tackle. Little kick over the top for Lockie Wade. Strawn comes onto it. Oh, he misses the ball. Goes backwards though, says Tonks. Don't know about that one either, as he was moving forward. And good run by Dart. He's been the Greens' best out there today. And here's Nolan running across field. Moss bringing him down in the cricket pitch. Dart with a long throw to Danavaro. Danavaro had support on the outside, but chose to go himself. Here's Penfold. Basagalupo tries to kick in behind. Somehow gets the ball, swinging arm across. And Varka now has Delors on the outside, and Delors will get the ball, and Delors will score. Good counter-attacking there by Southern Beaches, and they come up with a try, and this now looks ominous for the Greens. See her on the sideline, the chairs are going everywhere.
It's like the apocalypse.
It's worse. It's a cold apocalypse. And as we see there, Delors had to reach behind, but there was no stopping him there.
Jeez, he really wound.
He's
really
deceptively quick.
Mate, he showed how quick he really is just then. He was lightning down that left touch line.
So successful there as well. 29-12. Price. This one holds up in the air. Gibson. So Southern Beach is proving they are the real deal this year. And that ball's floated out to Varka. He was away.
Well, you've got to take the good with the bad with the wind, and I think those floating balls like that in this wind...
Well, that was Watini, the hooker.
...is not the best tactic.
So the Greens, they need to score. But the Beaches' defence, it's lifted in the second half, and it's been savage out there.
Yeah. I don't think the Greens are out of it. they've had their opportunities. They'll get more opportunities, and it's only 64 gone, so there's another 15 to go.
Well, they're a side, aren't they, that always keeps coming at you. They don't ever give up. That's the mantra.
Plenty of ticker. Plenty of ticker. Always has been at the greens.
Our producer, Bo, he's got shorts. I can't believe he's got shorts on. He's dancing next to us to keep warm.
Ooh.
As VAR has left the field now. He had a big game. Tonks with the ball, feeds it in. Now this time it goes to Strawn. Oh, Andrew Delore comes off his wing and meets him with a nice tackle because it was on if Strawn could get outside him there. And now they lose the ball, the Greens. So Delore will look to find some distance on this. Oh, that's a great kick.
Yeah.
That's superb.
Huge kick.
That's got them probably 5 metres out. Matty Hayes come on the field as well.
He's another guy with a big motor.
He's quick, isn't he?
Oh, he's lightning.
We saw him score a pretty good try here a few weeks ago.
Number 22 for the Greens. Normally plays out wide, but it looks like he's playing in the centres at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking to spark something here, the Greens. As Mitch Gibson comes from the field. I think it's Hayden Gavin that's come on.
He's been great for him, Mitch Gibson.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
I don't think he's put a foot wrong all day, and he's carted the ball well. He took a great kick-off in the swirling wind before.
Oh, and here they come, the Beaches. Try. Set move. Poisi gets a well-deserved try. He's been one of the standouts over the last few weeks. That's a well-deserved effort there, and Southern Beach is now running away with it.
He's been terrific today, Poisi. Scrum, running the ball, looking for offloads, tackling in defence. And I suppose he gets a reward for his efforts. 5 well-deserved points.
$34-12, of course. This match brought to you by Compass Editions. We had a few beers with Callan Smith from Compass the other day. Wednesday night at Trivia. Good man, go and see him. Doing great things. And supporting grassroots rugby. And of course, Wilson and Co. Go and see Greg Wilson. And that one waved away as well. So the score remains 34-12.
Just shows you that was 70 metres, I reckon, off the boot. That's on the fly.
This one skews off the side of the boot. Powder has to come across, and the former country player gets it nicely. Runs across field now, looking to link up with someone, but he's taken down midfield. This time, Ty would see him. Oh, Sam Dart.
Sammy
nice
Dart.
work.
Great turnover, Sam Dart.
He's certainly been the standout for the Greens, hasn't he? Since
He's a magician.
And here comes Wilson, who hasn't been too far behind him. Inside ball to Dart. So So really busy himself now, Dart. Oh, that ball juggled, goes backwards in the end. Here's Hay. Hay, he's taken well by Moss.
I think the Greens have got to look to one of their big guns like Jay Strawn out wide to spark a revival.
I think you'll find Jay Strawn's off.
No, he's out there.
Is he?
Yep.
No, he was the tackled player.
He was lying on the floor.
Poesi. He's in a bit of trouble out there. He's going to run it out. So Mika will come from the field. So fresh legs in abundance here now for Southern Beaches.
Yeah, I think
they're well in control.
There's fresh legs on there for both sides now too. A few replacements on for the Greens as well.
Here's big Wilson. Wilson.
Great run.
Nice run.
Straight up the middle.
Dummied by Price. Oh, here goes Penfold.
Great
nice
offload.
Ball.
That'll add to the Grazers.
Strawn goes, tries to do it himself. The ball comes wide, nice ball. Here's Nash. Nash gets on the outside. And Varka, Nash will score. Well, he's had it beating all day, hasn't he, Varka? And Nash gets one up just then with a nice try. He's one of the best finishers in this Rams competition for the NHRU. And that proves just why.
Oh, absolutely. Like we said, the Greens have got speed to burn out wide. And you just saw it in action. Corey Nash burnt Varka and went over to score.
And we've seen Varka. Varka's very quick himself, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He beats men and Nashy runs around him.
So you can see, by the way, he's got this kick set up, how this wind is howling across the field.
Whoa.
And unfortunately, with 8 minutes to go, 34-17, we've seen stranger things over the last few weeks in this Rams 2017 Premiership. Late Macquarie coming from 37-16 down, I believe, and drawing with Hamilton the other week with less than 10 minutes to go. So Merewether Carlton made 3 tries in 10 minutes, and Jay Strawn goes up the middle.
Just caught him by the shirt then, otherwise I think he was away.
Here goes Hay. They can't afford to let him run either. If he gets a sniff, he can be very fast. He runs a lot like Tim Marsh from the Wanderers Club. Inside ball, no look to Dart. Tonks and Dart, they've played together for quite some time, and you can see why. They've got a good combination there. Here's Tonks taking them forward.
Well, I don't think they've gotten back 10 there.
Yeah, I think Lockie Wade was offside, and Tonks is going to agree with us up in the commentary box, almost as if we've got him wide for sound.
Great minds think alike, Gareth. Doug Murray just weighing in back there.
Yeah, the leader of the Margarita Club, Doug Murray.
He's having a ball. Summer's day, winter's day, freezing cold, boiling hot. Doesn't matter.
Never without a smile.
Never without a smile and a few words
margarita
to say.
So they're just taking their time again. Martin DeWalt. Looks like he's taken over the captaincy. With both Michael and VAR off the field. So it's a scrum. It looks like Eli McCulloch has come on the field now.
Yeah, he's one of our up-and-coming juniors.
He's unbelievable.
He's a freak.
So Tonks must have left the field, has he? The replacement halfback.
Okay. He's on the sideline. I don't think he's in too good a shape. Might be a shoulder or a head knock.
Yeah, the scrum twisting. Quickly taken. McCulloch uses fast ball, finds Strawn. Strawn gets away from a couple.
Great run, Strawny.
And here's Wilson always at the back, ready to pick and drive. McCulloch. Played New South Wales. And did he make Australian schoolboys, Eli McCulloch?
I don't know. I'll have to check with his dad.
Nash is calling for the ball out wide. Wilson goes up the middle. This time Strawn finds a bit of space. He's pulled down from behind. That's going to be classed as a high shot. And McCulloch takes the tap. And it's pulled back. Yeah, we might get a replay on that one.
Yeah, I think Drew Tonks wants to give a yellow card here, so it weren't able to go quick.
Yeah, definitely. Poisi might find himself in some drama. No, he won't.
Okay.
And here comes Sam Dart. Nice work, Dart. Oh, that's a try. Somehow he put his big arm over and he scored a try.
Who was that?
Uini.
Go Gadget.
Uini for his second. If you look here, Dart showing great strength.
Not the biggest unit, Sam Dart, but geez, he got some metres there. Running straight at the big boppers from Southern Beaches.
Yeah, definitely. Paying no mind to his own safety. Because we've seen some big hits here again today on Bar TV Sports. Of course, if you want to get involved with Bar TV Sports.
Kick that one? Missed it.
Yeah, the flag stayed down. So 22-34. We've got 3 minutes remaining with about 2 minutes of injury time.
3 + 2 is 5.
That's why you do maths teaching, Dan. And I do words. Oh, everybody leaving that one. And that is going to go over the dead ball line.
Back to halfway.
And again, that wind gave it a helping hand. Surprised it didn't end up at a skate park at Bar Beach. So, 34-22 is the score. Carlton side need 2 tries in the space of 5 minutes to gain the lead. 2 converted tries, which is tough on a day like this.
I think scoring them is not the issue, it's converting them.
Here's Frost. Frost started off the year in first grade. Penalty. And again, it's Powter. So Wilson goes for a run. He's picked up and driven into the ground. McCulloch, Poisi was well offside there, I thought. And Uini bumps off him like a pinball. Yeah, good run. Here comes Strawn. Strawn. He's exciting every time he touches the ball. Eli McCulloch with some good quick ball.
Yeah, he's increased his work rate the last 10 or 15 minutes, Strawn. He knows they need something special, and
This
he's
could
the
be
man
a
to deliver
turnover
it.
here. Not what the Greens ordered, and Delore with a kick. Oh, nicely taken.
Well done, Will
by
Frost.
Will Frost, and
That
Will
was
Frost
amazing.
gets around. That was a tough kick to take.
Oh, on the move.
Swirling around. I'm surprised Southern Beaches kicked that away then. And Wilson goes forward again, getting them on the front foot. And Penfold, he's been busy all day, hasn't he?
He's had a
I've been
high
impressed.
work rate. Great with the ball in his hand. He's made huge meters for the Greens.
Weenie with the inside ball up the middle. McCulloch to Strawn, and Strawn. He's taken. Wilson goes the short side. He's close to the touch line over there. But the Greens, they're building here. McCulloch to Price. Price goes wide. Danavaro palms off. Has Nash.
Oh.
Flicks it to Nash. But Nash is held up by Vaka. Nice desperation stuff, and the Greens, they're isolated. As Sam Dart finds a bit of space. Oh! Price.
Gone
They're
back.
still going. Done. Try.
Billy Dunn gets a birthday try. Good on you, Bill.
Well, he'll have his cake and eat it too. Was he crying there? Did he just kiss the ground? And Dart, good work by Dart, getting around the corner. And it was luck there. Price just found it in his hand. Billy Dunn almost ruined it, but bounced out of the try and scored a try. Oh,
No.
that was not the best effort. So Billy Dunn limping back after a big try. They're walking back. It is into injury time. There's about 3 minutes remaining. The game in the balance. The Carlton side could probably only square up a draw now here, Dan. Oh, that's a great kick-off.
Yeah, good take too.
Offloading to Strawn. He's obviously going to be the go-to man as they have to work the ball up the field now. Here's Owini. Nice run. Dancing and darting. Oh, lost the ball. Alafalongo has it. He's played the whole game here today, Alafalongo. And
Still looks fresh.
oh, nice run. Bumping off Wilson. He's dropped the ball. He's going to be called back
He's still going.
for the advantage played.
Well, I think the Greens, this is their last roll of the dice. They've got the ball, 60 metres to move, to go.
Well, it's going to be a Southern Beaches feed.
Is it?
It sure is. He played a big advantage there,
Okay.
the referee.
Oh, no.
Alafalongo was rolling on the ground there. Don't know what that was
I
about.
think Seagull fly into him, or...
So 2 minutes remaining is the call from referee Tonks. So certainly the game's still in the balance.
Well, they're never beaten, the Greens. They've certainly come back well.
Well, we thought they were definitely out of it earlier on. And he's the bigger of the two. Marini brothers, is it? Coming on the field, he's a monster. Wow. So Ty Watini comes from the field. He's had a pretty good game, the hooker.
Yeah, he's played well. His work rate's been high.
Martin DeWall. He's controlled the game pretty well today here, Martin DeWall, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think him and Powder have probably been Southern Beach's best today.
Yeah, I would say Marty Delore, just for the fact that he stayed on the field. Moss now looking to attack. And now picking and driving, that man mentioned, Marty Delore. Sam Dart tries to get over. And the game, well, it's still in the balance. The Peaches have the ball. They need to starve the Carlton side of it. Poisi to Alafalongo, and he bumps off again. He's going to have to watch his handling here. He's lost it a couple of times today. Powder going through the hole. Oh, that's a penalty to the Greens. So,
well, I think.
What about that?
I thought before it was the last roll of the dice, but it looks like it definitely is now. They've got to go 90 metres.
And Wilson goes across field. Price has a bit of space. Turns the ball inside to Danavaro. They have to be careful here, the Greens, and if they want to get up the other side of the field, they have to play sensibly.
Cameron Turner just settling up the middle.
Awini now going for a run. Nice charging run. He's dropped the ball, though. Lost the ball. So that was probably it for the Greens. As Marty Delore passes it. Oh, Sam Dart going for the intercept. And that will be full time. Southern Beaches win. It was a big, big match here today. Merewether Carlton now have to win against the Hawks next week to probably progress through to this final series this year.
Yeah, it was a good game of footy. I think in difficult conditions, I think both sides played really, really well. There was some enterprising play from both sides, some entertaining play. And I think probably there was some standout players. I think Sam Dart was excellent in a losing side. And I
Marty
think
Delore.
Marty Delore was probably the...
He's the Dust Hunthouse man of the match.
There you go. There you go. The hammer has dropped.
So to speak, and the hammer will be dropping on the Dust Hunthouse in a couple of weeks. Get in and get your raffle tickets. You can still purchase them to be in the draw to win the bar. Thanks very much, everybody. I'm Gareth Wozick. Be sure to tune in for all the matches of all the games covered this week on Bar TV Sports, and we'll catch you next time.